All right, good morning. Happy Sunday. It is the Maximum Edge Sports Wagering Show. My name is John Santucci. Call me Tooch. With me again, of course, is Anthony from Pound It Sports. Anthony, it's Sunday. It's NFL. It's week 3 NFL, and we're going to talk about a few games. First of all, how's it going? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Having a great weekend so far. Just looking forward to the games. Got some things to do before that, but looking forward to it.
Well, yeah, NFL Sunday is probably my favorite day of the week.
Oh yeah.
Let's before we get started and recap or talk about some of these games, let's talk about the promos we got going on here, Maximum Edge.
Yeah. So today, today we got two 10-unit bombs on the card. So $20. We got two 10-unit bombs plus the entire card. We got two 5-unit plays, a parlay. It's only $20 for the whole card. And if any of the 10-unit bombs lose, I'm gonna give you a free week. All plays for one full week. And can't beat it. I know a lot of people jumped on yesterday's promo. They got free weeks. So let's sign up again. Let's do the 10-unit bomb. Let's make some money.
All right, and I'm running the same thing. I want you to sign up for our YouTube channel, get some more subscribers, and grow the community. So if you send a screenshot of your subscription to Maximum Edge Sports Wagering Show and our channel, I'll send you the free card for today for NFL, and I'll send you Monday night's play tomorrow too. Right to your DM.
That's a good deal. Good deal.
All right, so week 3 of the NFL. Let's talk about a few games here and get your thoughts. First game we're going to talk about is the Chiefs and Chargers. Chargers going Arrowhead. They find themselves a 7-point dog on the road. Chargers are 1-1, 1-1 against the spread. They beat the football team on the road, lost to the Cowboys at home. That was surprising, man. I didn't think they'd lose.
That was robbery.
You and I both love the over in that Cowboys-Chargers game. Didn't work out. I don't know what happened in the second half. Both the Chargers games stayed under the total, which is, probably a symptom of the opponents that they were playing. The Chiefs 1-1, 0-2 against the spread. The Chiefs carrying on that tradition. They're just not us. They just don't cover.
No,
no.
They're 1-11-1 against the spread in their last 13 games. That's how bad against the spread they are. The only thing they're good at is just winning at Arrowhead. That's their main.
Right. Straight up. Right. But the thing is that they're always heavy favorites, And this year, you and I talked a little bit about this before the show. That Chiefs defense is ranked 32nd in the NFL. They just
they're horrible.
They can't stop anybody. So
today they're missing two defensive ends on top of whatever they have already injured. That's already a huge loss.
Chris Jones might play though. He's probably their best defensive lineman, real disruptor on the defensive line there. And then Frank Clark, of course, he's been gimpy the whole season so far. He's a good pass rusher. The Chargers, on the other hand, they lost Brian Bulaga, their left tackle. Cornerback Chris Harris is out. He's the good corner cover. Defensive Joey Bosa, he's questionable. And then defensive tackle Justin Jones is doubtful. Now that both teams on the defensive line, man, they're little they're taking hits on the defensive line, both these teams. And both these teams can put up points, man. I'm really leaning on the over. I know 54.5 is the number, and that's a lot of points, but the Chiefs are scoring about 30 points on their own, man. The Chargers have both these teams have the top passing defenses in the NFL, or passing offenses in the NFL.
Oh yeah, the Chiefs have weapons behind at wide receiver Tyreek Hill, Demarcus Robinson. I can't think of the other guy's name. But anyways, the Chargers, they got weapons too. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, it's so on. I think the over is the right play of the day. I'm not big after last, but I'm not big on the overs in the Chargers games. Like you said, they're 2-0 in the under so far.
Yeah.
But because they're playing the Chiefs, you kind of get forced the game to go over. So
Yeah.
that's how bad the Chiefs defense is. That's how good the Chiefs offense is. The Chiefs are going to put 30 points on the board week in and week out.
Yep.
So I think the over is the correct play because I don't see how Chargers don't put 24 to 27 points on the board today.
Right, and you and I also talked about the side before the show that these teams don't generally play close games. It's either really tight or one team, scores 10 or more, wins by 10 or more, So as far as I got a quick tidbit here for you. The loser of this game will fall to last in the division. So loser of this game falls to last in the division. You just wanted to be on the other side there.
No, not on purpose. It's something wrong with the iPad. But
let's take a look at 56% of the bets are on the Chiefs, but 57% of the money is on the Chargers and those points. I know you like the Chargers plus the points in this one. And
I love the Chargers.
Right.
I think the Chargers are a lot better this year than people think. Much better than people think. And I'm going to go with a bold prediction here. I'm taking the Chargers to win the game. Very bold because it's an Arrowhead.
It can happen. Prediction. I mean, they stole the game from the Chiefs last year. So I want to take a look at some of the numbers. Chargers 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games. So this is why we like the Chargers plus the points in this game. And then the 36th ranked Kansas City defense. The Chargers should not have a problem scoring points. You got Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler, Mike Williams. You got players who can make plays. And then on the other side, you said Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be anxious to make up for that fumble last week against the Ravens. So we're leaning Chargers and the over, right?
Yeah, 100%. And if you guys really want to go bold and you want to have watching this game a lot, sprinkle some of that on the money line of the Chargers. You're going to get a nice payoff. I mean, I'll tell you what the money line is, but I sprinkled a couple dollars on it. It's actually plus 240. It's a good payout. Okay, and this is how I think of it. The Chargers, let's be real, the Chiefs have not looked good this year, even when they beat the Browns. They did not look good. The only reason they won that game is because Mahomes was able to throw an 85-yard touchdown pass on one play and then back to a one-possession game. And then last week, they gave up an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter versus the Ravens, who, let's be real again, Ravens are not a good team this year. They're banged up. Lost 2 cornerbacks, no running backs. I mean, so Chiefs, they got a lot of work to do to be healthy. And I love the Chargers today.
Ravens not known for offense. They put up over 30 points on the Chiefs. Yeah. So
they made it look easy. Chiefs couldn't stop them for anything.
They can't stop anybody. All right. So, the only thing that will worry folks off of that is that the Arrowhead Chiefs home at Arrowhead straight up record, which is pretty good. They don't lose often at home.
They do not lose. Yeah.
All right. Next game I'm going to talk about is the Bears going to Cleveland to play the Browns. Bears are a 7.5 road dog. There's an over under sitting here at 44.5. This line has changed a little bit. It opened at minus 9.5. The Chicago money came in. It's sitting at minus 7.5 for the Browns, and the over under was 46.5. People liking that under. And you and I, again, we talked about this before the show. I like to lean towards the under with the rookie quarterbacks, and that's paid off for us. It paid off for us with Mac Jones versus Zach Wilson. Justin Fields is going to make mistakes. As good as his future is, he's prone to turning off the ball just like every other rookie quarterback.
100%. Fields, there's 2 big reasons why I like Fields today. And even keep this under, to stick with the under the total, and possibly cover the +7. Fields is going to keep the offense on the field longer than Andy Dalton. He's able to scramble. He's faster. He's able to throw it more efficiently than Andy Dalton. You're going to see more first downs out of the Bears. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't think there's more energy, more excitement in that Bears locker room coming into this game because it's Justin Fields' debut, you're crazy. So the Browns, they don't have Jarvis Landry. Odell Beckham is healthy. No, I mean, okay, let me put, he's back, but he's going to be limited. So Mayfield's going to be throwing to their tight ends, and he's going to be pounding the ball. Cleveland's going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and that's the Bears' weakness is the running game, especially on the road. The Bears, as Bears fans, we know the Bears more than anybody. Bears struggle on the road against the run. Simple.
Yeah, and here's some numbers. The Bears ranked 30th offensively. Of course, that's not with Justin Fields. We don't know, but I mean, in recent years they've struggled to put points up. That's the Bears. 8th overall defensively, so the defense has been playing pretty good. Browns are ranked 8th overall offensively. They've been putting up points. They put up a lot of points on Kansas City. They narrowly lost that game against Kansas City. And they're 14th overall defensively. So and a lot of that's because, they played the Chiefs. I think the Browns might be rated a little higher defensively if they hadn't played the Chiefs. Chiefs put up points on everybody. But
I don't think so. I think it would be lower if Tyrod Taylor would have not got hurt. Because if anyone remembers the first half of that Texans game last week, Tyrod Taylor was having his way with them. He was making the Browns defense his personal, what. So if Tyrod Taylor did not get hurt last week, we could have easily saw the Texans win that game last week. I don't think the Browns defense is as good as they were last year.
Right. And they've got talent on that defensive side of the ball.
Tons of talent.
You got to figure they're going to put it together. They haven't put it together yet. Yep.
It takes time.
Yep. Both teams are very good against the run. The Browns love to run the ball with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Yep. The Bears love to run the ball too. Both teams are good at stopping the run, which is going to force both teams to throw. Both teams, not really known for passing. So I'm leaning towards the under, like I have with rookie quarterbacks.
I agree with you. Yeah.
If it's a close game, like it probably will be. The Browns have played in 2 close games. Both their games were pretty close. And like you said, until Tyrod Taylor went out, I would prefer taking the points. Getting 7.5 with the Bears. That hook.
I would buy the hook.
Pretty attractive.
I would buy the hook just in case the Browns are up 7 late in the game. I don't really have. I mean, I feel comfortable with Fields leading them down to a touchdown, but it's not 1,000% confident. I mean, he's going to drive out to tie the game. So I would definitely take the hook. I would buy the extra 8 cents to $1, make it this one. It's 120 and make this plus 7.5. And like I said earlier, I love the Bears. I love Justin Fields keeping the offense on the field longer, which is going to give more rest to the defense, and keep that Browns offense off the field. And I think that's going to be the difference in this game. Both teams' time of possession.
Yeah, so you lean under also. I mean, for me, the total's the safer play. Right now Fields is an unknown. Until we can see how he reacts to his first start. But let's talk about the next game, which is the Saints at the Patriots. You got the Saints +3 and over under of 43. This line opened at Pick'em and a 45.5 over under. People are on the under again, like we say. They like to take the rookie quarterbacks, and like we said, the rookie quarterbacks aren't putting up as much points. So Saints 1-1, 1-1 against the spread. Patriots 1-1, 1-1 against the spread. Saints blew out the Packers, then lost to the Cardinals on the road, right?
Yeah, the Saints have had nothing but bad luck going on.
I'm sorry, they lost to the Panthers on the road. I'm sorry. Yeah,
the Panthers. The Saints' Superdome went on fire. Was it yesterday or Friday? I mean, just nothing but luck going on for the Saints.
Yeah.
They're in New England. Very, very tough place to win unless you're the Miami Dolphins.
Unless you're the Dolphins.
Playing in New England. But this is gonna be a Bill Belichick type of game, like we saw last week versus the Jets, which we had on the show, the under, and that was under. There was a no sweat under, which is kind of nice to have.
Was that a free play? That was one of our.
That was our free play. That was one of our free plays. The no sweat under Patriots game. Which, if anyone ever bets unders, it's always a sweat. That wasn't a sweat. I don't think the Saints are going to get blown out. I don't think the Saints are going to be manhandled. I think the Saints are going to be in this game until the end. Patriots are good, but the Saints are just as good. They just don't have much receivers.
Right.
And this is going to be the Alvin Kamara show.
That's what I was. I was just
Patriots,
about to say that.
yeah. The
You know,
Patriots have one. They have one person to stop. If they could stop Kamara, which not a lot of people can, Carolina did last week, and you saw the outcome. So if they can contain Kamara, Patriots should run away with this and cover the spread.
that Panthers the number one defense in the NFL right now, and they played 3 games. So the matchup I'm looking at is Bill Belichick versus Jameis Winston. You know, I got to think Belichick's going to have some kind of, nice coverages to, Jameis Winston's, he's thrown a couple picks throughout his career. That's the thing. I'm looking for some turnovers from Belichick's defense to kind of keep the scoring low. That's why I like the under in this game. Mac Jones, the Patriots. Yeah. You saw it I think this is another good game for an under. Patriots and Saints. This to me is like a 16-13, 20-17 kind of game, 20-16.
You've been telling me this under since Tuesday. And from Tuesday, I'm like, yep, I'm on it. Yep, I'm on it. Yep.
Both pretty good defenses. Patriots always have a pretty good defense. They're at home.
Everybody forgets the Saints are not a bad team. They're a very good team.
Yep.
Give these guys, once they're fully healthy on the sidelines, fully healthy on the field, and actually get a receiver that steps up. I mean, this team's going to be right back into the wild card race. They're not going to win the division with the Bucs.
Right.
I'm sorry. I don't count the Saints out of this game. They have every right to win this game as much as the Patriots. Patriots are good, but they're not dominant. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Saints do win this game. But I would take the Saints +3 because I think the Saints are going to keep this game close throughout. I don't think Mac Jones is going to have his day with the Saints defense.
No. And Marshawn Lattimore will be playing for the Saints. He's their best cover corner. That's big.
That dude's an animal. An animal.
The Patriots relatively healthy. They've got safety Adrian Phillips is questionable and tackle Trent Brown is questionable. So they've got a couple of key players that may or may not play. These teams are kind of similar. They both struggle offensively, and they both play good defense, and that's why I'm leaning under.
The ball a lot.
Yep. I'm staying away from the side. I mean,
the side's not the play. There's too much risk on the side because anything can happen on the side. You never know what Jameis Winston we're going to see. We're either going to see the 5 interception type, or we're going to see the guy that's eating W's with his fingers.
Right. So, if I had to pick a side, I would take the points of the Saints because in a neutral site, this would be a pick 'em. It opened at a pick 'em. So, I mean, I would take the points in this case. The line, the opening line tells you all you need to know.
Exactly.
Some of the numbers 9-3-1 against the spread for the Saints in their last 13. Total's gone under in New Orleans' last 5 games. Straight up, they've gone under. New England total has gone under in 8 of their last 10 games. That's why I lean under. If I had to pick a side, I'd take the Saints. We're all over
Tooch
the
locked
under.
this under and on Tuesday.
We're locked in on the under. All right, let's hit that afternoon game of the week. We're talking Buccaneers and Rams, man.
I'm looking forward to this game. I don't know who's not looking forward to this game.
It's a pick 'em now, huh? Okay. When I looked this morning, it was Bucks -1. So
I was just watching ESPN an hour and a half ago, and somebody, I don't know how, I guess somebody put a footload of money on the Rams, and it went from -1.5 or -1 bucks to pick 'em. So, and then I looked at my sports book and it's pick 'em. So I'm like, okay, pick 'em. I mean, -1 pick 'em. It's not much of a difference in my opinion. I mean, the odds of a game ending on 1 point is very rare, but yeah, pick 'em it is.
Right, and Buccaneers 2-0, 1-1 against the spread. Rams are 2-0, 1-1 against the spread. Rams beat the Bears at home, and then they went and beat the Colts on the road. Buccaneers just got by the Cowboys in the first game of the season, and then they blew out the Cardinals at home. But this is the Buccaneers' first road trip.
Falcons. They blew out the Falcons.
They blew out the Falcons. What did I say?
Cardinals.
Falcons.
Another bird. The bird.
This is the Buccaneers' first road trip. So they'll be traveling across country all the way to L.A. Some key injuries for the Buccaneers, man. Jason Pierre-Paul, probably their best pass rusher. He's out.
That's a huge loss.
Antonio Brown is out. He's their slot receiver. Making plays this season. Looks like he's playing. He's out. And their kick returner is out. So they'll be having a new kick returner. Mickens is a good kick returner. He's
a very good kick returner.
Very good kick returner. They're going to put rookie Jalen Darden back there, it looks like. And the Rams, running back Darrell Henderson, who's been their best running back this season, he's questionable. He's got an injury. And cornerback Darius Williams is one of their starting outside cornerbackers. He's questionable. So, but man, to me, the Jason Pierre-Paul is a huge loss.
Huge loss.
He creates so much pressure. Him and Shaq Lawson or Shaq. Shaq Barrett. I'm sorry. They create a lot of havoc. So if I had to pick a side, I'm probably going to take the home team. In this one, I hate to bet against Brady, but those are some key injuries.
Everybody's on the Buccaneers coming into today. Now we're seeing the money coming on the Rams.
Yeah.
Which, I love this Rams team. I told you on week 1, 2 weeks before week 1 started, we locked in a 20-unit bomb on the Rams -7. And I said it all the way through the game. I was like, easy money, easy money, easy money. It was easy money. Love those Rams. Last week, we were on the Rams -3.5, -4. We got burned. And then Sunday, it was -3. I pounded -3 again. We pushed. I still love the Rams. They have every bit of a team that can run the table. That's how good they are. Defensively, they have not shown up. They are a much better defense than they really are. Remember last year how good they were?
Yeah.
If they had that style, that type of defense this season, watch out. They are the team to beat. But offensively, they're just as good as the Buccaneers in every aspect. It just comes down to Brady versus Stafford in the long run. Because Rams defense, Wentz, he scored 28 points on the Rams last week. That's Carson Wentz. The week before that, the Bears scored, they scored 17?
Yeah, I think 17. Yeah.
The Rams defense is not doing it, and especially on the run defense. The run defense, they've been giving up a lot of yards on the ground.
They're 25th against the run. Overall, they're 12th defensively. But, you can run on the Rams, but the Buccaneers don't run the ball that well.
They run. That's the thing. They can't run.
Right.
So the Rams are like, you can run the ball you want. Try passing it. And trying to pass it against Jalen Ramsey, who is more than likely going to be covering Mike Evans. So that's one less receiver. You don't have Antonio Brown. So now you're down to who's that? I keep wanting to say Calvin Ridley. It's not Ridley.
Chris Godwin. I
always get them confused. Chris Godwin and Gronkowski. That's who Brady's left with. Minus.
And those guys are pretty good, man.
They're very good. Gronk, you can't cover Gronk. You can't cover him. I don't even think Jalen Ramsey can cover Gronk.
Yeah.
Gronk is a league of his own.
He's an animal.
The side is plain and simple. Get a quarter, flip a coin, pick heads or tails for the team, and there's your winner on the team. Because that's what this type of game is. The play is on the over.
Yep.
That's my type of play. I would lean on the over.
Me too. And both these teams can put up points. The Buccaneers have a hard time, covering the pass, man. Guys are wide up. Their secondary is not very good, and now they're not going to have Jason Pierre-Paul to put pressure on Stafford. Yeah. So, Stafford will pick you apart. He's got Cooper Kupp, and he's got Robert Woods. He's got Deshaun Jackson. They got some weapons.
Nobody remembers Deshaun Jackson. I'll put money on it. That guy scores a touchdown today. You better believe it. Especially when it's like 21-14 and they're at the shootout. Stafford's going to throw a bomb to Deshaun Jackson. Boom, touchdown, 21.
Those numbers hold up too. Buccaneers 30th against the pass. We saw that they could not cover Dallas receivers at all in that first game.
Even the Falcons came back last week. Nobody remembers that.
The
They just
Falcons are
remember the
able to
final
move the ball
score.
through the air.
They made it to within 3 points in the fourth quarter to the Buccaneers. And then the defense had 2 pick sixes to really open up the game. But if you didn't watch the Buccaneers game, you wouldn't know that. The Falcons were down, 17, I think it was, and they came all the way back within 3. And that's when the Buccaneers defense, or basically Matt Ryan got careless with the ball, is more like it. He would like a shuffle pass right to the Buccaneers defense, touchdown. Then he'd throw it literally right to the defender, pick 6. So it was more Matt Ryan lost the game rather than the Buccaneers defense won that game.
Yeah. The trends kind of support this, man. Total's gone over in 5 of 7 Tampa Bay's last games. Total's gone over in 4 of the Rams' last 5 games. And head-to-head, the total's gone over 4 out of the last 5 between these two teams. So 55.5, both teams, I think capable of putting up 30 points each. 27, 28, 4 touchdowns each is not going to be a problem. One touchdown a quarter for these teams. The Buccaneers can't stop anybody through the air. Rams are good passing offense. It's just can the Buccaneers put some points up against that Rams defense? Because they do play pretty good against the pass. They're terrible against the run. If Tampa Bay gets a little bit of a running game going with Jones and Fournette, then I think the over is not going to be, any kind of a sweat.
I will say one thing. We've been really, really strong on our leans on the show, especially yesterday. Like we had the Vanderbilt under 10 points. And there are a couple other games that we just said out of the blue that we were just talking about. But this one, the Buccaneers are 2-0 against the spread in the first half. I would add that to my ticket. It's going to pick them. So I think the Buccaneers are winning at halftime. So that's a nice solid.
Halftime number, or first half numbers will pick also. Pick them. All right.
Good to know.
I like that. All right. So our last game is the Sunday night game. We're going to talk a little bit about the Packers and the 49ers, man. This should be a great game.
It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, this is a good rivalry, man. These teams have played some battles over the seasons. It's always a good game between these two. Packers 3-point road dog. Line opened at 3.5. It's pretty much sat there 3.5. The over under hasn't moved. It's 50.5. The Packers 1-1 and 1-1 against the spread. Lost to the Saints on the road. They got demolished, and then beat the Lions at home. And Lions were winning that game at halftime, if you remember. Then Packers decided to play football and shut them out in the second half. But 49ers are 2-0. They went. That first game against the Lions, that was one of our best bets, and very public play. Also, everyone was on the 49ers over the Lions. And then they beat the Eagles on the road. The over-under for the 49ers is 1-1, and over-under for the Packers 1-1. So not a lot of data to go on yet between these two teams. Some key injuries. The Packers have had some injuries on that offensive line, man. They're losing another left tackle, Elton Jenkins. He's going to be out for this game. They already have their normal starter, which is Bakhtiari, out. So they're going with their third string left tackle against Nick Bosa and company. So
third stringer already. Wow.
And your cornerbacks have got Jason Verrett and Raheem Mostert out. So Mostert out for the season. Another running back. And then Eric Armstead, the good defensive tackle there. He's questionable, but 56% of the bets are on the Packers. They're a public team. But 54% of the money is on the 49ers. And I think if I had a lean in this game, man, I hate taking Jimmy Garoppolo. I wouldn't. I'm more of a guy who's going to want to take the side in this game. But some of the trends that are going on, we got Green Bay 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
That is all right. Total's gone over in 5 of Green Bay's last 6 games. The one exception is that game against the Saints. San Francisco 1-7 straight up in their last 8 games at home. I bet you didn't know that. I know that dates back to last season.
That's
but
all based on last season.
Yeah.
These two teams. So I'm really thinking we're gonna see, or we are seeing this season, the 49ers defense from the year they won the Super Bowl, or they went to the Super Bowl. That was the defense we saw last week. The week
Right.
before, I think the Lions just surprised everybody, including the Niners.
Yep.
That Lions offense, and I'm surprised myself. They got a very good offense, but with no defense. So this is a very, very tough game. We saw what Aaron Rodgers can not do and what he could do. Yes, he could beat up the Lions. Anybody could beat up the Lions with that beat up defense. But the Niners at home, given 3 points,
like I said,
versus Aaron Rodgers. It's a really, really tough game. Oh, we were talking about the Niners love to run the ball. The Packers can't stop the run.
Yep. Packers 29th against the run. They're one of the worst teams against the run.
Before this show, I was saying Packers plus 3.5 because I think Packers are going to somehow do a backdoor cover or even lose. I think they're going to lose or even lose within 3 points. But now I'm really thinking about it. I like the Niners. I liked the Niners before. It's just hard to see the Packers not win because we're so used to seeing them win. I think the Niners do win this game, and Packers go to 1-2. Packers are just too beat up. Their defense, we've been going through this. This is the 3rd week in a row. Packers have a lot of talent on their defense, but their defense is crap.
They lost their best pass rushers, Zadarius Smith. He's out for the season. So
the only thing they did last week was shockingly, and the only reason they covered the spread last week is because they held the Lions offense to 0 points in the second half, which is remarkable because that Lions offense is good. I hate to say it. I'm going to admit it. They are good offense. But I'm on the Niners here, -3. I'm going to take the -3. I'm going to go against my initial pick. I like the Niners -3 tonight on this game.
Like I said before you left momentarily, I hate betting with Jimmy Garoppolo. He's just
I do too, but you know what? I've been watching the Niners game the first 2 weeks, and they are a run first offense. They run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Troy Sermon, he is going to be the starting running back today for fantasy owners, and quote unquote from the coach, he looks great. So, and that was our initial pick coming into the season with Troy Sermon was going to be the starting running back, or at least a second behind Mozart, which of course he's going to get hurt within a couple of minutes. But I expect a huge game out of Sermon, and so they run, and which opens up the passing game for Deebo Samuel, Kittles, and Garoppolo is a lot more comfortable. And like you said, Packers defense, their pass rush got hurt. The Packers defense is not much of a defense. They allowed, it's a struggle for the Packers on defense this week. Very big struggle.
Yeah, the lack of a pass rush is going to hurt them today. I mean, the 49ers could stop the run, man. They're 9th against the run. You know, the best part of the Packers game right now has been Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams. Outside of that, Devontae Adams is going to be guarded, which I don't know how you can guard that guy. But he didn't get a touchdown last week versus the Lions. I mean, I'm still blown away by that.
Don't remind me.
I'm still blown away about that. How we didn't score versus the so there's a good chance he gets a touchdown this week. But Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams is going to get a heavy load. But don't be surprised or don't think Niners are not going to be ready for it. They're going to make Rodgers throw to Valdez Scouting, Tanyan, etc. I am sold on the Niners defense this week. For the season, I'm sold on it.
For me, I would play the over in this game. That's my lean. I'm staying away from the side because like you said, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, those guys could score. Aaron Rodgers, they could put points up. Their defense is not going to, fully stop the 49ers. The 49ers are going to run the ball. They're going to probably have their way with the run game. They'll be able to run the ball however they want. It's the other. Are they going to make plays with Kittle? And and some of their wide receivers too put enough points up on the board at home, I think, yeah. So 50.5 points for the over, I think that's doable, man. I could see, 28,
Yeah,
24.
Rodgers is going to put one. Yeah, Rodgers is going to score. Niners are definitely going to score. It comes down to who makes the less mistakes.
Yep. So the total here would be my lean. I know it's 50.5. That hook I don't like, but you could get stuck in a 28-22 game, or 30-20, something like that, and miss it out by one hook. But I think there'll be enough points in this game to go over.
I agree, and primetime games are 6-1 on the over.
There you go. See, there you have it. That's the number we're looking for. Lean the over. Before we get out of here, we'll give away a free play.
Yep.
All right, let's roll a Maximum Edge NFL free play. All right. Yeah, free play record 10-10 right now. We're giving away 2. We're trying to play a little catch up here. Okay.
Yeah.
Free play is the Raiders -3 and the Chargers Chiefs over. I love that over. I talked about it earlier. Raiders at home against banged up Dolphins. Dolphins didn't score any points last week. So, I like it, man. The Raiders playing very well. Derek Carr playing probably his best season ever. And under John Gruden, he's really come alive. And then their defense, man, they can rush the passer. I talked about that last week, about the Raiders playing tough on defense. So I like that play too. And the Chargers and Chiefs overs, man, I think that's 54 is just too low.
It's going to be in the 60s. I mean, think about it. The Chiefs consistently score over 30 points. I don't care what defense they play first. And the Chargers, they have to. They're going to score. They
haven't yet put it up. The Chargers. Defense.
They will. They're going to score a lot.
They're due.
The Chargers are facing the worst defense in the league. That Chiefs defense is depleted. It's like the line. What is it? The Lions is 31st and the Chiefs is 32nd. So that's how bad the Chiefs defense. To give you a visual, they're actually worse than the Lions defense, and the Lions defense is depleted too. So, Chargers all day.
All right. So you heard it here, man. You got a lot of leans. You got a lot of a couple free plays, man. So we'll see them back here tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll have a special guest, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Central. We'll be talking Monday Night Football. We'll see you here.
And I'm the team captain. He's the preview, and I'm the main attraction.
Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible.
Invincible hustle, mighty desire to conspire, to transpire.